350. On phone on. What up, man? Now we gonna talk that real shit. Real shit. They gonna.
Yo, what is indeed going on, people, and welcome back to the John of Pipney podcast. I'm your host, John of Pipney. Of course, we're talking about Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers in his Week 2 matchup. Of course, you're going to get a Week 2 preview and prediction. I didn't get the chance to do the San Francisco 49ers due to, other personal problems. But hey, it is what it is. We're talking about the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. And if you do want to be a part of the John F. Pipney podcast, the link is down in the description down below so that we can briefly discuss what is going on with the team. Now, of course, the Bears did beat the San Francisco 49ers. They upset them 19-10. Okay, I'm here. So far this week, I've been listening to sports radio. I've been hearing a lot of excuses, the reason why the Bears beat the 49ers. Like they ass wasn't also on the field. Yes, it was bad weather. Yes, Debo Samuel fumble. Yes, all this happened, but those plays were caused by tackling, execution, regardless of the fact the Chicago Bears didn't commit all those penalties. They didn't do all of that. Oh, Justin Fields this and that. I just heard about Mike Martz on the radio talking down on Justin Fields because he's used to having a statue as a quarterback. All of that does not matter because guess what? The Bears won their game. And coming into this game too, Green Bay lost their game. They lost to the Minnesota Vikings. They lost bad. I believe it was like 24-7 or 24-13 or something like that. The Vikings basically put a whooping on Green Bay Packers, and they do not look like the superior team that they have been looking like over the years. Of course, they got rid of a few guys. Valdez Scanley is no longer there. Of course, his number one receiver, Devontae Adams, is now with the Raiders. So as of right now, Green Bay is looking pretty pedestrian out there. But that don't mean that they won't look that way against the Chicago Bears. Of course, we all know that last year, Aaron Rodgers did say that I own you. So the Bears do have some things that they have to, go along with, have a little anger towards Aaron Rodgers, being able to take him on. But how will they match up? That's the most important thing. Of course, as of right now, Green Bay don't look that good. They don't look that good. The Bears look a little bit better, but of course, it's still things that they have to work out. Justin Fields have to get rid of that ball fast. He's still holding on to the ball way too long. The offensive line, especially the tackles, and also the left guard, Cody Whitehair, have to be able to hold their blocks a little bit longer. Larry Borum and I can't remember the kid name that is a rookie. He has to be able to block a little bit longer to allow Justin Fields to either climb up in the pocket or get around the pocket and be able to make plays like he did last week. Justin Fields had to be able to read that field better. He has to be able to get through his progression a hell of a lot quicker so then he can be able to get the ball down the field. We already know Aaron Rodgers can do that. He's been doing it since 2000 and his first season officially started in 2008. He's been doing this his entire career. He's been in the league since 2005, 2006. So we already know what Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to bring to the table. Justin Fields have to be able to do not exactly what Aaron Rodgers can do at this stage in his career, but he has to be able to do something. If you get what I mean, he can't do what he did against San Francisco. Bears can't go scoreless in the first half against Green Bay like they did with San Francisco. San Francisco may have a more talented team, but they had a less disciplined team. Green Bay, to me, still has the more talented and more disciplined team. Just that guys wasn't on their P's and Q's last week. Guys was dropping passes left and right on the draft field now. But they still going to have to find a way to get it together. And basically, I don't know. Yo, what's going on, KO? That's my guy right there, KO Sports Talk people. Just be looking out for the Main Event Podcast to return for another episode. The very, very first episode of the season was indeed on his channel, so make sure to check that out. I haven't been able to catch up with KO. Usually when he be going live, either I be at school or I be on the road or something like that. I wasn't able to catch him in Chuck yesterday, so make sure to check that out with KO Sports Talk. And Chuck that was talking about the Green Bay Packers and the Bears matchup yesterday. I was able to look at it a little bit, leave a like as well, but just make sure to check that out. But if you do want to be a part of the podcast, KO, if you do have time, because I know also you be working as well and be going to school and all the above, the link is down in the description down below, so you can be able to check that out. I'm not gonna be live for way too long because I still do got to take my ass to school myself, but I will be able to talk about enough of it. But going back to the game, Bears defense, they looked at okay. They did not look super great. There was some holes in the passing game. Yeah, it's gonna be some holes, but it was some big holes in the passing game. If it wasn't raining, those guys probably take off and score a touchdown. The but the pass rush is pretty damn good. I like the pass rush. They was able to get to the quarterback here and there. They did end up getting a few sacks, but I did not like that run defense. That run defense was terrible. 166 rushing yards given up. You can't allow that. You cannot allow for them to be able to just bust up the middle on you. And that's what was constantly happening throughout majority of the game. Now they did take better care of it in the second half, which is the reason why San Francisco only scored 3 points in the second half after scoring seven in the first. But those plays cannot happen. If you allow Green Bay to do that, and you allow Aaron Rodgers to get that play action pass brewing, oh, he's gonna bomb it down the field, which they was able to do last week. Just the guys were able to come football on a consistent basis, and sometimes it got picked off. They will take advantage of Chicago Bears lack of experience on defensive side of the ball, lack of talent, especially with Kendall Vildor on the side of the ball. Jalen Johnson, of course, he's very good, but he's still injury prone. So we're gonna have to hope that he's able to stay healthy enough to be able to make an impact on the football field. If not, who you got? Because it's a lot of guys out there that's not able to perform at the level that we would like what we got used to over years. We're having Bryce Callahan eventually, other guys that came in, of course Cal Fuller, Jalen Johnson is still to me better than Principal Kamara, even though he have more interceptions. You know, we missing guys over those years. So, we don't have that stout run stopping defense like we used to have. But it still has to be better than what it was. It can't be that bad. Green Bay can and will take advantage of that. They may not be able to get things going last week, but they definitely be able to get things going against the Bears, just based on what I saw. This team can and will score, and the only thing that just frightens me a little bit is the simple fact that the Bears was not able to stop the run. If it wasn't for Trey Lance being a rookie, and it probably was a dry field, Bears probably get blown out. Just to tell you the truth. That's the possibility. That's the most likely possibility that could have happened with our Bears team. That it could have been a beat down. It could have been a for sure loss. But guess what? Woulda, coulda, shoulda, the Bears won this game. And hopefully the Bears is able to clean up those certain things so then they can be able to get that victory against Green Bay. Because if not, the Bears will be 1-1. Now, going on to the prediction. As of right now, even though Green Bay did look ugly against the Vikings and the Bears did come out with that victory against San Francisco 49ers, right now, as a Bear fan, I'm going to have to pick Green Bay. And I have to be realistic. I can't be one of those Bear fans that always picking the Bears to win. That's delusional. You can't do that. You have to be realistic. And until the Bears is able to beat Green Bay on a consistent basis, I'm gonna have to pick Green Bay. Now, am I hoping the Bears win? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hoping that the Chicago Bears can come out and get the victory and do something because of course Green Bay don't have the best offensive line this year either. You know, it was a lot of sacks getting put on by Aaron Rodgers. And like I said, the Bears pass rush is good. They're pretty decent. You know, Robert Quinn, Travis Gibson, the rookie Robinson, and the rest of the boys was able to get a lot of pressure. But you have to be consistent. And one of the things to slow down that pressure is to run the football. That's something that so far seemed like a team can do. So until they show that they not allowing 166 yards rushing per game, and they allow less than that, they allow 66 yards total in this game. Then I'll say maybe the Bears is cooking with gas. But until then, I don't know, you know. But my prediction right now, Green Bay wins. It's probably gonna be a lot closer because simply the powers of Green Bay is it's not as great as it was last year when Aaron Rodgers won back to back MVPs. So as of right now, I got Green Bay winning 24-20 as of right now. That's my prediction. Now, if everything go great for the Bears and they find a way to win, of course, then the score may flip and maybe 24-21 Bears. But I'm predicting Green Bay to actually get this victory as of right now. As of right now, that's what I believe. Now, hopefully, it does not happen. The Bears able to squeeze out a victory. But as of right now, that is my final prediction. So all I can say is basically go Chicago Bears, and hopefully they're able to get this victory because you know last week it was I spoke to a few guys. You know I spoke to CG Ruthless Sports. Need to check him out. Look him up on YouTube. He is a 49er content creator, and he also does content for the WWE. Does interviews for all types of former football players, whether it's 49ers, Bears. He's at it for multiple teams. He interviews scouts, former wrestlers like Buff Bagwell, um, Rene Dupree. He and did all that stuff. So make sure to check out his channel. But when I spoke to him last week, I let him know that the Bears got a chance to beat the 49ers simply because it's week 1 through 4. The craziest things usually happen during that time period. The weaker teams usually find a way to win. He thought I was playing. He thought I was lying, and boom, the Bears end up getting that victory. Can that same thing happen this week? Absolutely. That same thing can definitely happen this week, and the Bears end up starting off the season 2-0. But things have to go right for the Chicago Bears, and a lot of things have to go wrong for the Green Bay Packers. So that is my final prediction. Of course, I'm predicting 70% chance that Green Bay win. If the Bears find a way to win it, salute to you, man. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love every minute of it. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. Of course, this is John of Pipney bringing it back to you. Still talking about the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. And all right, people, salute to you and thank you for tuning in to the Jonah Pipney podcast.
54, 53, 50. Oh, phone on. What up, man? Now we gonna talk that real shit.